Hey ladies and gentlemen, coaches and consultants, Calvin here. I get asked a question quite often for new coaches that are just getting started, which is like, what do you say? What do you do in a coaching session? What is the structure of a coaching session? And every coaching session is different because every person you're dealing with is different. And I know there are some coaches out there that think structure is like blasphemy, right? I remember speaking with one of my colleagues and contemporaries over in New Zealand. Sarah Devereaux was the youngest ever global mastered accredited, ICF accredited master coach. Unbelievable woman. I think she was accredited under 30 years old. She's a dynamo, amazing mom and coach. And she doesn't teach structure. So they don't do structure in their programs, but we do a lot of structure in our programs. I'm a very structured person. So I like to have a structure. Plus as well, for me, Jocko Willink from the book Extreme Ownership talks about this idea that discipline equals freedom. And so for me, structure also means creativity, because if I've got a clear structure to work with, the foundations in place, I've got a lot of confidence. I know that I'm going to be able to identify a couple of key things, and that allows me to sort of paint outside the lines. And so if Jason, my head coach, was here, he was all about structure because he understands that sometimes when I paint outside the lines, things go wrong, and also things go right. So I'm going to give you a very simple structure on this process that I think is going to work tremendously well for you. And this is designed to obviously give you a scaffolding to then use whatever tools that you've got as a coach to create transformation. So we call it the SOAR model. So situation, objective, any challenges, and effectively reasons or rewards. And you're going to incorporate that in. So we also use this as a sales process as well, which I'll talk about in another video, but it's slightly different. So situation, where's the client at? So start by establishing rapport, of course, and getting a clear idea of where's this person at. From there, I want to very quickly move into, well, what does the person want? For me, I'm a results coach. So when someone's spending $100,000 a year for private mentoring and coaching, they're paying for results and momentum, right? They don't need motivation. They've got that already. They're already motivated people. They're looking for a result. They're looking for a breakthrough. They've got a problem or a challenge, and they're looking to create that shift. So I want to identify what that is as early as possible, because that might give me the scope to say, hey, I might be able to solve this in a couple of minutes. But it could also take a couple of sessions. So I want to identify what that is straight away and get very clear and detailed on the objective the client wants. Now, just a bit of a word to the wise. Most people won't give you clarity on their objectives because they don't know themselves. It's often said, if you don't know where you're going, chances are you're already lost. So you do find a pattern, which is people don't know what they want, or they do know what they want, but they've already hedged what they want based off the challenges that they're facing. So think about it economically. You might say to somebody, hey, what type of house do you want to live in? If they know what type of house, more than likely it's going to be in some way tainted based off their economic reality. Now, as a coach, you don't have that economic reality. Anything is possible. So you've got to get very clear on what does the client really want. And a great reference for this is the magic wand scenario. So a question you might ask a client that's struggling is, hey, if you could wave a magic wand and have anything that you want, or have the situation the way that you desired it, what is it that you want? And then get them to be clear on that. It's very important that you're clear on the outcomes before you move forward. So situation, where are you at? What's going on? Objective, what do you want? A, any challenges? What are some of the challenges you're dealing with? And they might be personal challenges, they might be interpersonal challenges, there might be beliefs or might be any different aspects of life as we experience friction. So you want to identify what those challenges are, because that's now going to give you an idea of what are some things that are not really problems but the client's making them. What are some problems that are real problems we need to work through? What are some things that we can use a tool or a technique or a strategy to overcome? How does that all fit into play? Once you have clarity on all of that, the next thing you want to identify is the reasons. Why? Right? Why are you committed to doing this? Why is this something that's important to you? Because you realize this as you get more established as a coach. There's a lot of people that will actually pay you good money to try to make change, but have got no commitment to making a change at all. They're not motivated to make a change. They don't actually desire to make a change. In fact, they've got what's known as secondary gains. They hold on to problems because it gives them significance and meaning, and they might present in all the right ways to you, but when the going gets tough, they don't actually fucking follow through. So with that in mind, what we need to get clear on is, why is this important? Why now? Why you? All of these things. Once you've got that clear picture in place, from there, the next stage from that is going to then be going into a tool or a technique or an exercise of some form. So you might utilize a script at this point to create like, let's say you got a client that's looking to create a shift in their thinking and they've got a limiting belief. You might jump into a belief change. If they've got some sort of internal conflict, you might do a parts integration. If you can clearly see they're having an internal conflict that's bigger than that, you might do some values elicitation, right? Obviously, you all have your own toolbox that you can utilize. And for us, our foundational toolbox is NLP. It's not the only thing that we use, but it's quite important. And then from there, I'm going to do some interventions. And then after that, the next part of that process is going to be then doing wrap-up and ecology work, and to make sure that we've got some behavioral tasking in place. We've set some frames. We've got a check-in. We've got some clear deadlines and goals now to move forward. forward to manifest those changes. But the foundation of the material before I do the tool or technique that sets up for success is situation, objective, any challenges and reasons. Where are you at? What do you want? What's holding you back and why? And then from there, I've got then a full understanding of what tools to use because I've got that information up front from a client as well. So that's my recommendation in terms of a very basic structure. I use that when I'm speaking to a client that's, might be doing a pro bono session, but I'm also using that same structure or strategy when I'm speaking to, multi-millionaires that are paying a huge amount of money for private coaching and consulting. The conversation, what we say might be slightly different, but the structure remains exactly the same. So hopefully that lends some value for you. If you've got some value, let us know. Comment, like, share, give us a bit of a love, and let me know if you have any questions about the details of that so we can go a bit deeper for you as well. Good luck and God bless.